So I've been seeing this concept float around about romanticizing your life, and to be honest, I couldn't help but roll my eyes the first time I heard of it. I didn't really understand what it meant, and I wasn't really the type to hop on trends. I thought about, what does romanticizing your life even mean? How am I supposed to romanticize brushing my teeth every day? I started to realize that every day felt like I was living the same exact day. There was nothing interesting happening. I was basically just focused on everything I didn't have instead of what was right in front of me. And then I also read something that said our lives are mostly filled with the day-to-day, mundane, or boring activities. And for the most part, only a small percentage of our lives is filled with the things that society considers living. What does it mean to live life? If most of our lives is spent doing what society deems as boring, then were we actually living?
I wrote down, what does it mean to actually romanticize your life? So I feel like romanticizing your life really is subjective. It really depends on who you are. And overall, I just find romanticizing your life as just finding joy and happiness in your day-to-day life. Learning how to make our lives more enjoyable, even if we're doing boring. We're going to start off with practical things you can do, and then later on in the video I'm going to share mindset shifts that you can do that I've been implementing in my life. So first thing is, of course, taking care of your physical space. I do everything in my room. I work in my room, sleep in my room, clean, I film, every single thing in my room. So my room can get messy.
Honestly, having a clean space is like the best feeling ever. I just feel like I can really be productive when my space is clean. So I really do feel like it starts here, making sure that whatever space you're in for majority of your time is actually clean.
Number 2 is taking care of your physical body, and not just like for aesthetic reasons, making sure that you look cute or whatever, but also internally taking care of your wellness, whether it's eating right or exercising, different things like that.
So I have been putting off washing my hair for the longest time. Fanola was so nice to send me some new hair products, which I have tried and really love. This is not sponsored, but I just really appreciate them taking the time to send me these.
So I'm finally washing my hair. I make washing my hair out to be this huge task, to the point of me not even wanting to do it. And I'm going to be using Fanola's products for the first time, so I'm excited to see how that's going to work for my hair.
Tell me why my nails popped off and got lost in my hair while I was doing it. So next very important part of wellness is eating right. Here you're gonna find me struggling to open up one of those plastic bags, but I'm at Trader Joe's, I'm just picking up fruit, and this was actually a week where I chose to eat vegan. I recorded the whole thing and you can find it on my page. Another way I'm taking care of my wellness, more so physical wellness, is by actually getting dressed for the day. Normally I will wear sweats, a t-shirt, my bonnet for work since I work from home, but when I actually pull myself together, do my hair, I feel so much better.
Another way, practical thing that you can do to romanticize your life is going out in nature more. No matter where you live, enjoy fresh air. There's so many beautiful things in nature, and I feel like I personally don't take advantage of it. Even though it's getting colder, I'm still gonna try to at least get some fresh air, maybe go for a walk, bundle up, or do something, hopefully.
So I'm finally taking myself out of my house and walking. Today was actually really nice outside. The sun is obviously starting to set since it's November and the sun sets at like 2 p.m. now. I complain about it every year, so we do have some trails, but I would have to drive away, and I'm actually walking on my break. I'm being harassed right now. Oh my god. I got like 15 minutes left before I have to go back to work, so the girl's speed walking now.
Next is falling back in love with reading and books. I honestly was that kid who asked for books as a Christmas gift. I loved to read even back then, and then I guess after college when I had to read, I kind of stopped reading, but now I'm trying to get back into reading. Just reading in general is really therapeutic, I feel like, and you can learn so much. So reading is one way that I will be romanticizing my life. So I've been reading The Go-Giver Influencer. I've been really trying to finish this book since it's smaller, and my goal is to at least read one book, at least one a month, and then once I finish a book, then I'll buy a new book. Hopefully it'll motivate me to read faster. I try to read at least 20 minutes a day. And the last practical thing you can do is actually have hobbies, not side hustles. I feel like I stopped having hobbies when all my hobbies turned into side hustles. Whatever this may mean to you, do it. For me, baking, dancing, and getting creative again, painting. You don't have to be good at it. That's why it's a hobby. Actually doing things just for fun and not to make money or not to be competitive with it, but just pure fun is really important.
So we ended up going to the dollar store and picked up some paint. And let me tell you, yes, it was some cheap paint. I think I bought the wrong one. I got watercolor instead of acrylic. But anyway, this was so much fun. It really was relaxing. And I feel like when you do things just for fun, it really boosts your creativity in the long run. And I really want to start doing this more. Another thing I've been obsessed with lately is baking. Right now I'm making banana pancakes, which isn't really baking, but these were so good. And I've been obsessed with making cookies. I just made some banana bread. It's so good, and I don't know what it is, but baking is also one of those relaxing activities for me. And then you get to eat it afterwards. Like, it doesn't get better than that. Another hobby is writing or journaling. It's always been something that I really love. It helps me a lot of getting out of my head, and I feel like I'm way better at writing out how I feel than actually speaking about it. And I don't know, just writing, there's something about just getting your thoughts on a piece of paper that really helps.
Most of these mindset shifts I got from one podcast. It's the Trent Shelton podcast, and he talked about finding inner peace, basically, with dropping the standards of status. Very good episode. Kind of added my own little spice to it. So the first thing is remembering that your worth is not determined by any status, whether it is social status, financial status, friendship status, relationship status. Your worth has nothing to do with that. Basically, just remembering that who you are is not defined by what you have. I have this written down on a piece of paper that I keep on my desk to remind me. We get so hyped in status and begin to let that determine how important we are, and that is not okay. Status can be taken away, and if your self-worth is linked with your status, then your self-worth will be taken away along with that status. Another very important mindset shift to learn how to romanticize your life is being grateful for what you have right now. Whenever I'm in a situation that I don't like, I guess it's a good and a bad thing. I always think about the future. It doesn't allow me to really be in the present. So I think it's important to find that balance. It's okay to want more and to want to attract more in your life, but it's also important to be grateful. You have to learn and practice how to be grateful for what you have now, so that when you do receive what you want, you'll know how to be grateful for it. I kind of said this already, but honestly, copyright given to Trent Shelton. But the mantra that you should practice is that I do not need to become something to be someone. Write it down if you need to. I have it written down to remind myself. I feel like we do it out of good intention. We want people to be the most out of themselves, you know, and we should do that. But we have to remember that we're special, like before all of those things. And all the time we always hear, make something of yourself, be someone. And it's like, I'm not someone right now. I have to go out and do this in order to be someone. You're viewing my worth as a person because of what I do, or because of me accomplishing this goal. As a society, as a culture, we need to really shift that mindset. A very important way actually to romanticize your life is knowing and remembering what's really important in life. And the way that I really think about that is It's kind of a sad way, but if I was at the end of my life, what would I think about that would truly matter to me? The first thing that always comes to my mind is like the people around me, my family, loved ones, friends, whatever. You have to remember what's really important. And the last mindset shift that you can do, remembering that your inner peace is most important in life. What does inner peace mean to you? Honestly, I feel like, again, this is one of those subjective questions, but I can give you my answer. For me, inner peace is really being happy with who I am outside of any external factors, accepting who I am, and having unconditional self-love, self-acceptance, and also having a connection to a higher power, whatever it is for you, having that relationship with God, the universe. To me, that's inner peace. With finding what your inner peace is, it's also learning how to protect it, not letting outside forces, outside factors determine who you are. I feel like is a great way to protect your inner peace. So if you haven't already, make sure you like this video and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to spread kindness to other people. You never know what other people are going through. I don't know where that came from, but it just spoke to me. I had to share it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.